Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things Big Brother. Tonight, we're going to be talking about BB 24, episode 26. We had the Power of Veto episode. But first, make sure you smash that like. Let's set a like goal for tonight. Let's set it for 1,200 likes. Let's get crazy. I don't think this video will get that many views, but you know what? You gotta dare to dream. Okay, so let's get mods, keep track of the likes if you don't mind. 1,200 likes is what we're going for. Do we think we can do it? Let's be optimistic. Sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm sending pictures over to myself that I took of the episode. Thank you guys for understanding. I went live. I'm trying to go live a little bit later just because in California right now, we're being threatened with rolling blackouts. Thanks, global warming. And so during the hours of 5 and 9 or 5 and 8 or 4 and 8 or sometime when everyone's doing everything, we're supposed to just chill. So I just went out to the pool instead, and it is hot in the desert. So I do look a hot mess, but thank you guys for waiting for me as I try to conserve a little bit of energy for this crazy state I live in. All right, I'm sending myself this stuff. I want to look over all of these. We had the BB comics tonight. We had everything. It all went down. We don't have to wait till tomorrow to see if the POV was used. So that's something that's nice and different. Okay, did I pick everything that I want to send over to myself? Did I? We had Britney falling pretty hard in this episode. She was eating some shit in this episode. She has been eating shit on the feeds. We'll talk a little bit of spoilers. So if a spoiler slips out, I can't promise you that it won't. It's kind of like the F word. I can't promise you I won't say fuck. I can't fucking promise that. You know what I mean? And we just got demonetized. Now, okay, I'm gonna send these over to myself, like 100,000 pictures. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. Going over to myself. Send it to my computer. Okay, 278 photos. So I only took a couple screenshots. And BD. All right. If you want to support the channel, Super Chat's a great way to do it while we're live. I'll highlight your comments. Super thanks after the video posts, but liking and subscribing is more than enough. I also have a YouTube membership and a Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all the good stuff. So let's get into it. Let me know all your thoughts, hopes, and opinions, and dreams. Let me know your dreams too in the live chat. All right. So tonight's episode, we come back from nominations and Tear Bear is mad. DJ Delusion is like, DJ Delusion is mad. Did you guys peep that he hugged everyone else except for Taylor? And this dude all week has been trying to get her votes, trying to get her on his side. But he keeps doing these high key things that indicate he doesn't like her. And he's been doing it all game. And it is so frustrating to watch this guy because it's like, where did she hurt you, bro? Where did she hurt you? Oh my God, this is harder than I thought to get this sent over to myself. Come on. It was so ridiculous. Then he hugged Alyssa, but Taylor goes in for a nice hug like, hey, buddy. Hey, guy. Hey there, buddy guy. Hey, old guy. Come here. Come here, moldy oldie. Come here, yo. Come here, yo. Come here, yo. With your pillowy nipples. Come here, yo. And then he was like, nah, G. What is wrong with this old man? I get it. If you're put on the block, you're mad, you don't want to hug. But this dude is picking and choosing, and Taylor has never done anything to this guy. He has just disliked her from the jump, and it makes no sense. I'm just like, oh my God, Terrence, you are driving the bus in the wrong direction. Terrence is lost. Terrence doesn't have Google Maps. Like I said in my last video, he prints out the map quest. He doesn't know what's going on. He's in for such a rude awakening, I think, when he leaves this house and he sees just how much people recognize what a butt wipe he is. I mean, he is just the butt wipe of all butt wipes. This dude, I can't say enough bad things about this dude. I was trying to give him a chance because he's old. And he's like a karaoke DJ, you know, and by old, obviously I'm 42, he's 47, but that's a hard 47. You know, and he's karaoke DJing at 47, trying to live the dream. He's got his, you know, mixtape coming out, which isn't a mixtape. It's actually a mix CD. It's a CD of his favorite songs that we all did back in the junior high at me and Terror Bear's age. So he's still trying to make, compilations of other people's musics on the CDs. And it's sad. It's sad. It's very sad. This guy, it's like, dude, I want to root for the elderly. I want to love the elderly. When someone is nearing hospice, I want to hug them. Do you know what I'm saying? And if this is your first time on my channel, we have some fun. We do funnies. And, humor is subjective. Sometimes it's dark. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's about death. Sometimes it's about life. Sometimes it's about life and death. Okay. But with Terror Bear, it's like, I want to hug. I want to just be like, it's cool, man. You're kind of fluffy. He's got a little extra love around the middle. I like guys with a little extra love around the middle, but he has no love in his heart. Okay. I mean, I can't with this dude. I just cannot. So he's like, nah, G. Nah, G, what? Huh? G's up, O's down. I don't know what is going on. That's probably what he thinks. Well, then how do we explain his affiliation with Alyssa? It's just this want to hate on Taylor it's just disgusting now, watching the feeds and seeing the stuff this guy has said all season. Like, again, if you're on the block and you don't want to hug someone, fine. But why are you picking and choosing? Humor is subjective. Thank you, my friend Vanessa. Thank you. Oh, is he 58? Is he 52? Makes me, as a 52, ashamed of our age, right? Gosh. Sometimes you laugh. Sometimes I run. Sometimes I hide. Sometimes I'm scared of you. And all I really want is to hold you tight, treat you right, be with you day and night. Terrence, all you need is time. Wait, you already had enough time, Terrence. You've had all the time. He's been on the planet for so freaking long. Okay? Oh my gosh. All right, let's get into some of this stuff. So then Terrence is upset, and guess who's crying? You guys will never guess. You're never going to guess. Don't even try to guess. Put in the chat. Who cried? Who do you think cried this episode? Who cried? Who was the first person to cry? The first person. I mean, you guys are never going to get it because it's a really hard question. It's like so ridiculous. You're never going to get it. 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 Never. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, BB. No, it was this girl. So Alyssa, yes. Thank you, Natasha. Alyssa cries all the time. I'm over it. This is the point of the season where we're just dragging them all. We're dragging all these hoes, okay? Because I'm so tired of it. There has been nothing to cry about in this game other than 10 seconds of broken wiener. Other than that, nothing to cry about. You got to tan. You had a showmance. You didn't have to game, and you're already in the final 6. Like, this is ridiculous, okay? And she's crying again. She's like, this is so hard being on the block. The couple times I have been, and I just, without my showmans, it's been a really hard week. And I'm like, I'm gonna make a lot of noises tonight. Okay. I'm gonna make a lot of noises tonight because this is redunculous. This chick cries all the time. It makes me want to check my crying. I'm going to check my crying. I'm going to check it and wreck it. Next time I cry, I'm going to slap myself. Okay. Now, again, crying is a good thing. Letting out emotion, when you're stressed and, normalize crying, but not this much, not this normal. This is too normal. This is every little slight inconvenience. Like, oh, my straw is too far in my cup. I have to lift it. That's it. Okay. I ran out of veggie burgers. This ketchup tastes funny. Oh, I mean, she has had the easiest time in this game. And she's cry baby. So she goes upstairs and she talks to Michael. Michael has to talk her off the ledge and be like, yo, don't worry about it. Alyssa, I got you. I don't know why Michael talks like that, but that's how he talks in my head, you guys. And that's all that matters. So he's like, Alyssa, you're not the target. She's like, it's still hard. It's still hard. I just started playing this game last week and it has been like, have you guys been playing this whole time? This is really hard. I can't believe they expect us to do this. This is nothing like Sarasota. It's like nothing like Sarasota. This is why I wanted to be on Love Island. Oh. So Michael's like, don't worry about it. And she's like, okay. Oh. And she just, again, with the tears and the, hands at the eyes, and she's catching the tears. Like, let them fall at this point. Snot it out. I want you blubbery crying. All right. Because it's just too much. It's just like, oh, here we go. We're crying again. We're crying. Why does she even wear makeup? This is a chick like early on in the season. She was talking about how she does makeup really well. And she does. She does do makeup very well. But you're ruining it. I mean, she's got to invest in waterproof. That will be her sponsorship after this. Her influencer gig will be waterproof eyeliner, mascara, foundation. Everything must be waterproof because she is constantly under water in her own tears. She just cry, baby. She's always crying. I'm just like, shut up. I really want to tell her to shut it down. Between her and Terrence being like, well, I didn't have the chance. You did. Okay, so we'll get into that. So she's up there in the HOH room. Michael has to say, it's okay, Alyssa. This game is hard for everybody. It's okay. Yeah. She's the person you're sitting next to at the funeral who barely knows the person that died. She's just going out of respect or to get out of work like you do. You're like, oh, your aunt died? I kind of knew her. I'm going to tell my boss, hey, somebody's aunt. I mean, my really good friend's aunt, who I was very close to, passed. I know, it's sad. So I'm going to take a long, should I take the rest of the day? I'll take the rest of the day. And then you go and you sit there, but you have to sell it. So then you're like, she was great. What was her name? Pam? Fucking Pam. Why'd you have to go? Fucking Patty. No, sorry, Pam. I know another P name who was great too. She's that person. Like, she will make it about herself. Okay. But have no fear. Like I said, Michael's like, I don't want you to go home. I just put you on the block because you're vapor. But other than that, I don't want you to go home. And here comes old fedora. I mean, never trust a guy in a fedora. If you're wearing a fedora right now, burn it, start it on fire, murder it, shoot it with a gun. That's the only thing we should be using guns for in America, is to shoot fedoras. Not when they're on people. I mean, just the fedora itself. Line them up, target practice. Fedoras are dead, okay? Unless you're being buried, you should not be wearing a fedora. It's not a good look. I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to see them anymore. Have I worn a fedora? Of course I have. I'm an asshole. I have definitely worn a fedora. But in 2022, with all that we know, and global warming, I mean, I feel like we've progressed farther than this, okay? So don't come up to me in your fedora acting like I owe you something. You owe me something, okay? Because I have to stare at this fucking fedora, and I don't want to look at it. So Terrence is up there, and he's like, well, why am I on the block? I was HOH. We're on the same level. I mean, I was a second place HOH, but we're on the same level because he came back with his after the party alliance, which wasn't good. It was a bargain basement, Ross Dress for Less alliance that wasn't going to work. They just threw themselves all over the floor. No one was folded. No one was organized. It was a shit alliance. Okay. So he's up there. Michael's like, well, I heard some rumblings that you were talking about a backdoor. And he's like, okay, G, well, who could have done that? Me or the person with power? And Michael's like, that's a fantastic point. And he's not wrong, but he's also not right. Because what has he done in this game to work with Michael? And Michael has made a promise to Taylor, or what's his name? Turner. Okay? That dirty kid, the kid that makes rugs. He told him, I can't put you up, rug guy. Because you got rid of your racist best friend. And they're already accusing me, Michael, of, doing, using, this race stuff for, that's what Michael from Minnesota would call it, race stuff, because Minnesotans are very passive aggressive and we don't want to say, we don't want to be too much. So I go, yeah, well, I don't want them to think that I would use that for game. I really did care that Kyle wanted to form an all-white alliance, and I was going to tell you guys, but I was just hoping that something would happen and I didn't have to do it. Like somebody would die or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a lot easier. I was hoping someone would make a good sandwich and we'd forget all about it. But that didn't happen. So now I got to put you up because you're his buddy. You are in the After Park Alliance, and you were out there in the backyard rolling around in the ants, eating ants together, and I can't trust you. So you got to go up, Tear Bear. I'm sorry. This is how it goes. All right? And Audrey says, fedoras are cute. I still love you, but that is not facts and not fire. But again, subjective. Fashion is subjective, except for fedoras. They're disgusting. Maybe it's because the worst people I know. Name one good person in 2022 or 2021. I'll give you 2020 who wore a fedora. If you can name that, I might change my mind. Not that anybody cares. Okay? Right? That after party, they're full of crap. They're full of poo-poos. It's a dirty diaper of an alliance. Okay? So they talk, and then that's when Terror Bear goes, well, guess what? I am going to be starting my game. Alyssa just started her game once her wiener romance left, okay? Once reptile dysfunction left, she started her game. I'm starting my game in jury. Booyakasha. And he's like, what? What are you talking about, Terrence? What are you talking about, Terror Bear? And the bus driver said, the wheels on the bus go round and round. Terrence goes to jury now. I'm going to tell everybody about you and out you to them. And Michael's like, what? Yeah. So if you send me, I'm going to go taint that jury with my taint. I'm going to taint it up. I'm going to be so bitter. All right. I am just going to be a giant lemon tree over there. That's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. All right. Doesn't Brad Pitt wear one? I don't know. I'm going to say no. Okay. I'm going to say no. I'm still going to say even Brad Pitt's not good enough for me to get that. All right. I know. Terrence thinks he's going to. Terrence, you haven't run anything in the house. You have no social capital in the house. How are you going to have social capital in the jury? You have nothing. Your HOH was run by David Duke's nephew, allegedly. Okay. Maybe Alex Jones's nephew. I'm not sure. I didn't look into it. I didn't Google it. Okay. Allegedly. So how are we supposed to believe you? You then wanted David Duke's nephew, allegedly, to stay over Taylor, who now you're saying we have to stick together. We should stick together. We should stick together. But you literally were like, I get that he wanted an all-white alliance, which excludes me. Okay. But I still want him to stay more than Taylor just because I hate her. And I don't know why. Has he ever said truly why, other than one time he was outside doing laundry with Nicole? Taylor came out, said she wasn't going to put away someone's shoes. They could do it themselves. And he's like, that's it. I hate her. A woman who doesn't pick up after people. Never heard of her. Thank you, Darren, for the first super chat of the live. Appreciate you for the super sticker. So now he's going to go to jury. And he's like, I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell everybody. All right. He is like a scorned ex-girlfriend. He's going to tell everybody that you've been unfaithful, Michael. And he thinks that's going to make Michael go, wait a minute, just a second. Okay. If I win the beat, I'll take you down, buddy. Gosh. Michael's like, oh, I may be Minnesotan, but you can't threaten me there, buddy guy. I am missing the Minnesota State Fair for this. Okay. I came on the show knowing I was going to miss the great Minnesota get-together, which is 2 weeks at the end of the summer and ends on Labor Day. Okay. I didn't get any corn on the cob, no cheese curds, no fries, no nothing, no fried Snickers, nothing. So listen, I didn't get my mini donuts. You're not going to get to the end of the game. Threats don't work on me, buddy pal. You better win that game, guy. Okay there? You betcha. Alrighty then. So there you go. And then that's, Terrence is like, oh yeah? Well, look at my nipples, and then that's what we did. We looked at Terrence's nipples, right? The Minnesota State Fair is awesome. Yeah. What was Labor Day? Monday was the last day for the year. And Michael, you guys forget, Michael, he has had to go through a lot in this game, like missing the state fair, which is a state holiday, basically there. Terrence didn't get the memo, Carrie, apparently, allegedly, that the game doesn't start in jury because Terrence is like, I'm not done, G. Okay, because I got all the fedoras to wear in Jersey and put salt on your game. Look at my nipples. He's lifting up his shirt, looking at his nipples. He said he hit his goal weight. All right. So it sounds like Terrence, Alyssa thought she was going to go to Love Island and Terrence thought he was going to The Biggest Loser, but they're both happy. She found love and he found weight loss. So good for them. God bless. God bless everybody. I know who doesn't want an elephant ear all the time. All right. What else happened this episode? Oh, we had an edit because I don't know if you guys know, but Turner's bi. He's bi, and so we had a nice little segment, which could be because they're like Terrence or is it Turner, Terrence, Taylor? There's still too many T names. Okay. So Turner is bi. All right. And so there's really been no bi representation, especially guys. I don't think there's been any bi guys on the show who have been out. So he's like, I'm a proud bi guy. Okay. Bye, 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 bye. And so he was talking about that. He wishes he had representation when he was young. And I wonder if the producers were like, he might be gone in the double, so we better talk about his bi-ness now. And so they did. And so that was a nice little, segment that they do, because again, we're all about promoting, diversity, diverse characters, diverse stuff. This is good. Interesting though, we still, oh no, oh God, stop it. Bring his picture back up. My husband is here, and my husband is Team Terrence's nipples. I think though through the years we've only had one transgender player, and so far we haven't had any gender non-binary. Where in Big Brother Canada, I feel like we've had a lot of non-binary house guests, but so far nobody, and I don't think America's ready for that. We can barely deal with pronouns. People would be pissed. So I'm sure there's lots of people on Facebook going, buy what? What did he buy? Did he go to Target? Did he go to Kohl's? What's he buying? And why do you need pride just because I buy stuff all the time? I'm bi. And I'm sure there's a lot of pissed off Facebook users tonight, which actually really does make me happy when they're mad, So, yes, the screen blacked out for me. Anyone else? Oh no, I hope it didn't. Yes, be gay all day. We love it. But I'm just waiting for when the US version, we get contestants going, I'm gender non-binary, or we get contestants who are saying, my pronouns are they and them. Because let me tell you, people are going to freak out. I watch BB Can, and it's like so progressive in that sense. We're in the US, we're like, hell no, I ain't doing that. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll go, oh yeah, Pooch and Joseph, but I don't think they were out. Okay. I don't think they were. Chell, you're censored. Yes, Vanessa, you're right. Because you're a casual. Okay. BB gay, BBG. They should I honestly think still they should just have a season where most of the house guests are gay and people of color. Why not? What? Why not? I don't see why. Why are we still messing around? What if everyone was gay in the house except for one person? Huh? Come on. Now I want to watch that. Okay. Something a little different. All right. Let's see. What do we got going on with this chick? Britney's like, ooh, I don't know if I like this whole who's on the block. Doesn't really work for me because Turner put me up in his HOH and he can win stuff. And Tear Bear, he can't really win that much. And she told Terrence, I don't have anything against you. And he's like, I don't have anything against you. But then he laughs. I don't know. Terrence just comes off very patronizing and Britney just comes off really scary. So their conversation together in the kitchen was just like it was in a weird documentary. It didn't make sense. Didn't make sense at all. So CBS's promo for Bros was outrageous. Why? I thought you said that. I thought it would said something else. Like CBS's promo of Bros was like outreach. Like they were saying, yes. Brit Flea. Well, Brit's nobody's favorite, Laura. You don't have to apologize. I mean, she's all over the place. She is all over the place, this gal. So she's like, Terrence, I don't think you should leave. I mean, I'm not going to do a lot so you stay, but I'll do a lot to ruin my own game, but I'm not going to help you too much, And, she's not wrong. It would be great. She was saying, I wish we wouldn't have promised Turner safety. I wish you wouldn't have either. I would love to see Turner Burner go. I'd love to see the rug doctor just leave. But, I think that would be good. I mean, it'd be good for her game. It'd be good for Michael's game. It'd be good for Taylor's game. But they made him a promise. Britney hypnotized herself. Yeah, she does that a lot. Okay. So yeah. All right. So they have their little conversation. And again, here's Terrence, he's got ice in his veins now. Oh, this is a later screenshot. And just, this has nothing to do with it, but how cool is this? I sent this to Chell. Is this living room for Halloween? I mean, for spooky season. How cool is that? I'll tell you, it's way cooler than this hat. Way cooler than this hat. All right. This hat needs to be burned. Just throw it out, Terrence. Terrence, wear a ball cap. Wear any other hat. Wear, I don't even know. There's just lots of different hats that you can wear. This ain't it. Okay, let's see. What else we got going on? Christian, thank you so much. Ameerah's comic should be called Ameerah because she can see the future except hers. Get it? I get it. Because she thought She got the game in her hand. Yeah, she's like, this game is so easy. Next week, vote it out. Why do people even do that? Why would you even say that? Why would you get caught saying that with cameras around? You know you're going to get it. You know you're going to get it. Thank you, Christian, for the super chat. I very much appreciate it. People, hit that like if you haven't already hit that like. Hit that like. Chell doesn't own a fedora. I've never seen Chell wear a fedora. He's seen me wear a fedora. So I'm shitting on myself too, guys. That's just how I roll. I like to shit on me first, everyone else second. Okay, let's talk about some of these comics. All right. Let's see what Vicky's saying. This is a good one. Terrence is very condescending when he talks to people, like when he and Taylor discuss Britney's BB comic outside. Oh yeah, he thinks he is like the smartest person in the room, and if he doesn't like you, he doesn't like you, and he'll let you know. Okay. All right. Let's talk about. We go into BB comics. We have picks for the veto. Everyone gets picked except for Turner, the rug man. All right, the rug doctor. Nothing happens. The rug rat did not get picked. And then Terrence got house guest choice, and he picked Taylor. And at first, I will say, a lot of what Terrence does in this game, besides have his nipples out, I don't understand. I get the nipple. If I had nice nipples like that, I would be showing them on the regular, okay? But I don't get what Terrence is doing a lot of the game. And this first choice, I didn't understand. I'm like, why would he pick Taylor? Taylor's not going to save him. Taylor's not going to do anything. But in that situation, he had Turner or Taylor. He now is under the understanding that he's taking the blame for this backdoor thing over Turner. What he should have done is throw Turner under the bus. What's the big deal? Did Turner want to backdoor you? Hell yeah, he did. Also, in that same vein, he could say, listen, I know you made him a promise, but he was going to backdoor you. If I was you, I'd send him home. Kind of work it that way. But he didn't. He didn't do that. And of course, Turner is throwing him under the bus because he's like, do you think Terrence is going to say anything about the backdoor thing that we were going to do to Michael? And he's talking to Alyssa, and he's like, well, maybe he did, and maybe I'm the backdoor plan now. So now Turner's like, the after party is an afterthought, as it always has been and always will be forever and ever. Amen. And Terrence is just taking the hit. So instead of telling Michael, hey, Turner did want to do that. I didn't want to. I wasn't in power, but I want you to know. I want to build some trust with you or something. If I was you, I'd go back on that promise. He's letting the leftovers run the game. And he's very bitter. Terrence is very bitter he wasn't included in the leftovers. He and Alyssa are so peanut butter and jelly about it. They're so peanut butter and jelly. They're both like, oh, the leftovers, but that was nice gaming and getting lots of camera time and actually being a part of strategy and playing and being present and having friends. What was that like? I mean, not that I care. And Alyssa and Terrence are both, Alyssa a little less now, but Terrence a lot mad that Taylor of all people. Taylor, remember? With, I forgot her name. Oh, Jasmine. Oh, she was like, Taylor knew? Taylor knew? They all thought they knew Taylor and that Taylor didn't know anything. It turns out she knew a lot more and still does than a lot of the rest of them. Yes, terrified Terrence. So Terrence picks Taylor. Now, I will say, I kind of get it in that if his plan was to backdoor Turner or to pitch that, excuse me, I'm so sorry, guys. Let me mute this for a second. I got a cough and I don't want to be rude, but I have to clear my throat. And we're back. A little bit of tea helps me out. So if his plan was to, because he probably thought Turner had a good chance to win the POV. So I don't want to pick Turner because Turner probably wants me out now because I'm taking the heat for this wanting to backdoor Michael, even though it was Turner who wanted to backdoor Michael. Okay. So I'm going to pick Taylor because Terrence, remember, he doesn't believe in Taylor at all. So he's thinking Taylor will never win. She got lucky on the wall. He still says someone threw it to her. So thank you, Jay. I did have to poop. I just poop my pants. I sit here and I just go. I just go. Thank you to my husband, Team Terrence Man Titties. Who doesn't love some man titties? Some extra nipple meat, as my husband will say. Okay. So that's why he's picking Taylor, because he's like, well, he doesn't believe in her to win and doesn't want Turner to win because he wants Turner to be a backdoor option. I'm like, that's actually not the worst thing, thinking that Turner's probably not going to use it to save Terrence because he's just not going to do that at this point. But then even, oh, sorry, Tilly, even when Michael does win, I didn't see a lot of pitches from Terror Bear to backdoor Turner. I would have been pushing so hard at that. I would have been doing my best to convince everybody, like, look at this guy. Next to Michael, he has the comp wins. We got to get rid of him. But Terrence isn't smart like that. He's not good at this game. So he doesn't say that. He doesn't really do that. And now he's in a situation where most likely he's going to go home. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't stink. It does not stink. It's so crazy. It just smells right. You know, it just smells really right. Okay, so then Turner ends up hosting the competition because he's the only one that isn't picked, you know. Joleen, you ever see a couple skydive? That's Joleen and I pooping. It's very windy where we poop. Thank you, Chaw, for sharing that. Our toilets match up so we can lock eyes and hold hands. We do the spider, you know, spider style when we have to go to the bathroom together. We're very, some say codependent. I say close, okay? So let's get into the BB comics. First up is Alyssa. How is this girl not good at anything? How is she young? She's fit. How is she not better at this? I mean, she wasn't as bad as Terrence, but how have you not won anything, my dear? Like nothing. And not even really that close. Codependent. I like that one, Renee. I like that one. You know, and it's just, it's a shame. You know, there she is falling down. You know, I keep on falling in. La 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 love with a racist. Sometimes I love you. Sometimes you're so bigoted. You know, she just keeps falling. And it's embarrassing. Okay. Michael, this episode, he did have to deal with the angel and the devil on his shoulder. What will he do? The right thing? Put Turner up? Or backdoor Turner? Or to not backdoor Turner? That's the question. But he deals with that later. So we got our baby comics, and we see a lot of them. And I think I have most of them. I'm going to send a couple over to myself now. Did you guys have any favorites? And I'll let you know if you're wrong. No, I'll let you know if I agree or not. I think some of them were good. Okay, they weren't all a bust, but some definitely did not make any sense. Okay, I like Taylor's. Taylor's was good. Tyler knew? Tyler knew? Yes, Taylor knew. One that I completely don't understand is Alyssa's. Now, as far as a character, it's a cute idea. Okay, I don't know why we have Alyssa's butt shot, but let's talk about Taylor's first. Taylor really liked her comment. It's Taylor chip, which is cute because the Lay's potato chips. It's been a part of her gameplay per se. It's been a part of her social game. It's been a part of her character arc on the show. It definitely is very relevant. It's cute. However, it does have quite the typo on it. Thanks to BB Twitter for finding that. It says one bite and she's ready to fight, or that's what it should say. But what it says is one bite and she's is ready to fight. They spelled she's SHES apostrophe S. So she's is ready to fight. She's is. They got to have proofreaders. If not, again, another job you can hire me to do, big brother. That would be so fun. Oh, why was my airdrop canceled? Stop canceling my airdrop. Okay. So it's cute. It's got the Lay's potato chip colors. She looks great in it. Besides the typo, I really like this one. I'm really enjoying it. Okay. Now let's look at this guy. Oh my God. This is going to haunt me all of my life. There will never be a time I don't close my eyes and see Turner holding a knitting gun. Is that a knitting gun? I don't know what that is. I don't make things like that. I make bracelets. But even those guys in the rug, oh, I don't know what it is about it, but it looks like they're like sewn in fur back there, but it's a rug. So it's kind of cool in that I like rug of war. He's tough as nails. I guess that's, okay. But his face, what happened to his face? What's wrong with his face? Why'd they do that to his face? It's a little too Rambo-y. Okay. And the bod. Well, they have to be superheroes though, Joleen. Think about it. You're not going to have it. It looks, thank you, Tina. I didn't want to say, but it looks a little penis pumpy. Okay. Busy Blue sent me something recently and it's like a water gun for your wiener. It's like, and it looks kind of like that. But I guess that makes rugs. And I have looked at Turner's rug Insta and some of his rugs are pretty cool, but it's just, I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I'll give this one an okay. But the guy sewn in rugs in the back, for some reason, it really skeezes me out. It's like, oh, yes, thank you. And the gun position. It's sucking his privates up. Kyle has just destroyed the season. This will be the season of the weird penis, okay? The season of the witch, the season of the penis. This is the season of the penis. It has to be. Everything has been. But, even these guys wrap it up. That's one thing that Kyle did not do. He didn't wrap it up, but just to wrap it up. He thought it was a vacuum. See, Stephanie? I don't know what it's called. But, yeah. Okay. So there you go. All right. This one, pretty good. Because Turner makes rugs. We know that about him. It always says he's a rug guy. A little bit of his game, I guess a little bit of his game. Is it a little of his game? It's decent. It's decent. It's decent. 0.5. Now this one, we have Indy. We have the Brazilian waxer. It's cute. I think it's cute. It's cuter than Indy deserves. We'll say that. It doesn't have anything to do with her game other than, her identity and being the first Brazilian to ever play Big Brother and wanting to be the first Brazilian winner. But then again, what was Indy's game? Half the time she was like, I don't want to talk about game. I just want to have fun. Let's have some fun. This game is sick. I want to take a ride on, Monty's disco stick, but I'm seeing someone. That's what she was normally talking about. That if she didn't have this supposed boyfriend at home, it's like, my boyfriend goes to another school. You don't know him. I'm wondering if she did have this boyfriend or if that was just her defense mechanism for, not wanting to get denied. I don't know. But the Brazilian waxer, it's cute. It's a play on the Brazilian wax. The candlesticks. Yeah. I mean, she's got big Wick energy. Yeah, that's kind of cute. I do like John Wick. So big Wick energy, like big dick energy. I feel like she had big dick energy because she had a lot of confidence in herself for doing next to nothing in the game. So yeah, she had big Wick energy. The only thing about it is, she's Brazilian. But the waxer part, we're not talking about necessarily. I bet she gets waxed. She looks like a waxer. But it's candle wax. She probably has a lot of candles in her house. It's okay. It's okay. But what were you going to do? Yeah, John Wick is the best. But what were you going to do for Indy? She goes to bed early. She wants to have sex with people in the house, but she can't because she's got this alleged boyfriend that goes to another school. You don't know him. You've never heard of him. His family has a lot of money. You don't know. She's a flight attendant. It could have been a play on that. I forgot what she did because she bored me. But it could have been something like Fly the Friendly Skies or something. You know what I mean? But the unfriendly because, she wasn't always that nice. So it could have been, something to have to do with that. But it's the art's very nice. Okay. Now this one. What in the what? In the what? Joseph he's shredded. I get it. He's like cut. Okay. But it could have been a play on maybe cut rather than shredded. And he's not a fighter. He's a lover. And maybe a play on the Sid and Wit and Nant and Fancy or whatever his name was. Or I'm trying to think something. I guess they can't do anything about the law. They could have snuck something in because he's not in the game anymore. So they could have snuck something in about law to get the house going. Was he a lawyer? That would have been interesting. Since he's a personal trainer, kicking ass is his cardio. Okay. Since they says he's a personal trainer, I guess they're playing on that, but this is, yes, but Ryan is right. This is an accurate, representation of the body. The only one. Okay. The only one. Renee said the face did him so dirty. Let's zoom in and see. Did it? Yeah. Well, it's not too bad. I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, it's okay. So he's just shredded. That's just his. Yeah, I feel like we could have done more because he is all abs, all 60-packy. Okay, he's a 12-pack. He's got all the packs. So look up something fitnessy, more than shredded. And because you do. I guess if you're looking at comic book stuff, you do have the Ninja Turtles. You have Master Shredder. Is that his name? Right, that's his name, I think. Okay, sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's not my fave. It's not my fave. Skid and fancy. Thank you. I forgot. I knew it was like skid your pants and have a fancy dinner or something like that. Yeah, it's just not. I feel like Joseph deserved a little more. I've never got the. I know you're superhero-y, but that's how I feel. It's not as bad as Zingbot, but it's it's a little better than Zingbot. These comics. Okay, now this one, love it, Brit Flea. The head itch in charge. That's good. This is good. So especially now since we've had the Terrence and Taylor, and then Monty joined the conversation on the feeds where fleas just attach themselves to you and get carried, and it's just that itch you just can't get rid of, And she's just this little flea, and she's on Michael, and then on the on the Twitter, they photoshopped her into Michael's comic into his hair, and it was so worth it just for that. So for that, I like this one. Brit Flea. She is kind of flea. She's a flea. She's a flea. She's the head itch in charge, like the head bitch in charge, but she's just that itch that you just can't, she's always there just like, no one ever told me I had creepy eyes, big eyes, jeepers, creepers. I didn't know. I didn't have any idea. How do you even know if your eyes are big? It's not like you have a mirror that you could just see instant proof of. Bigness, large, enormous is subjective. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? I'm wearing another ball cap. Yeah, and also the more hats you wear, this is true in stand-up, like people that in general, our perception of people is that if someone's trying to kind of hide their face, we look at them as a little suspect, that's kind of, what are they hiding? Similar to when poker players like to wear hats or glasses because they don't want to have reads. They want people to be able to read their face, to read their hand, to know how the game is going, how their cards are, is similar to like performing in stand-up. A lot of times, it was like the audience, you got to get the audience to be on your side. And if you have like a hat, people might look at you like suspect. When people still wear hats, but if you have things covering your face, an excessive amount of facial hair sometimes, unless that works with your persona, can maybe work to your disadvantage. And I feel like that's Britney in the house because she's always wearing this damn hat. And it could be, and I'm just going to say this because I'm a lady and I know what it's like to get premature grays. Even though a lot of people say mine are right on time, I still think they're premature. So she might be wearing the hat to hide that because she's not able to color her hair. Maybe. Or maybe she just likes the look of a baseball cap with her ponytail through it, a la 1992. I don't know. Okay. But it makes her look a little sus. That's definitely what it does. Makes her look a little sus. But this is good. She didn't really get it. I don't think she'll fully get the meaning of this till she's outside of the house, but the producers were definitely taking a dig at her. And I did enjoy it. Okay, here's one that's about beer. This just reminds me of the Buffy episode Beer Bad, which is actually some people refer to as a candy episode, like a filler episode, not, pivotal, pushing the overall arc of the series or season forward. I disagree. I like it. I think it's fun. And I think there's a lot of things you can learn from it in that episode with Buffy Beer Bad season 4. However, Ameerah, 7% alcohol, 93% ass kicker. Did she like beer? Was she like a beer girl? Did she work as a beer girl in college? Remember you go to bars and like you had like, they had like hot women. Maybe this is, before, back in my day, before we knew women had rights, but they would have women, they'd be like shot girls. They'd go around, they'd be like, hey, have you tried the new Guinness? And you'd be like, no, I haven't. Like, here, you can try the Guinness. Look at my tots and try the new Guinness. And then you have people like my cousin was one of them. She got paid to wear low-cut shirts and go to bars and be like, hey, have you tried the new Smirnoff whatever? And they were like, oh, I haven't, and men in general at bars are diabetes for, and so they did. So maybe she was that and it's a play on this, but I don't know. It kind of looks like her and it kind of doesn't. And the only reason I think they picked beer is because it rhymes with mirror. But couldn't she have been like a meerkat or something? Or what else is about Ameerah? If Ameerah was this strategic genius, they thought she was early on in this big threat, maybe like a play on that. But, or, I think someone said that earlier didn't Ameerah drink one of the HOH's last beer? No, that was Alyssa. Alyssa should have been Alyssa beer or something, a thief. Alyssa thief. Thesa. No, that doesn't. Tiffany Amber Thiessen. No, that doesn't work either. But you know what I'm saying, okay? Yeah, Alyssa drank Michael's beer and got away with it because she's very privileged, all right? But yeah, Ameerah. Yeah, Ameerah. Because she was kind of, ratty, I guess. Yeah. Well, she was like overly cocky in the game. Because Ameerah was early on, she's like, I think I might be too nice for this game. And then it was like, no, you're not. You're a mean girl. A mean girl or something. Like, I feel like she would be the head of the mean girls. She would be like, this fugly slut, don't trust her, right in the burn book or something. That could have been something. But she's a memory now. Or a mammary, something about the mammary glands, which are the titties, if you guys didn't know. It is the medical term for titty, I think. So, yeah, she played too hard too early. So something. So this beer thing, I mean, it rhymes. I'll give them that. There's not much to go on with her. She's been gone so long. Who remembers her? Now, a good one is this one. Oh, my goodness. This is a good one. Jasmine, the gift that keeps on giving in the worst, wonderful way possible. Sprainiac. You got to love it. She's choking out a baker because she's taking muffins. All right? Muffins beware. She's going to get your muffins. And she's got power in that sprain. And she's never given up the boot. Never. But she needs a scooter. Where is your scooter? Where is it? Because she hated her crutches. She could have the crutch, but she should be sitting on a scooter. She really shouldn't. It should have, maybe instead of Sprainiac, should have been something about the scooter. She could have been Scootsy McGee, Scootser. The Scootsiac, the Scoots, the Scoot, the Scoot Skeeter, the Skeet. No, that's a different meaning. But you know what I'm saying? But this is good. I like this one. I like the colors of it. I like the artwork. Muffins beware. That was obviously a big thing this season with, Turner taking her muffins. These were my muffins. Okay. But Jasmine, there was a lot there, from her dumb sayings to her overplaying of her voice to her hatred for everything that everyone else liked. Yeah. And by everyone else, I mean everyone else outside of the house. So Sprainiac, I will say, yeah, scoot and boot. I like that. Boot, scoot, and boogie. She will scoot over. She will fall down, pretend to hurt herself, and then scoot over everyone in her way. You're going to get her lunch and you're going to like it. You know what I mean? You're going to get her a snack and you're going to like it. So, but this one, I feel like Jasmine had a lot. They had a lot to go on with her. Okay. What's this one? Did I already play this one? Oh, here's Alyssa's. Oh, God. This doesn't even look like her, first of all. That looks like a Barbie doll. She doesn't look like a Barbie doll. Alyssa. She shops till she drops. She even said in the episode, Big Brother, she said, I don't even shop very much. She should have been like a furniture thing. You already said she was useless and dead weight. Make her a paperweight, or mine. She's the insecurity blanket. Okay. She just comes around and throws her insecurity all over the place. That's probably a little too mean. And she definitely would have cried. Could have been something about tears, because she cries a lot and she knows she cries a lot. She always says, I'm an emotional person, not an emotional player. No, you're an emotional everything. You're an emotional all around. You're a too rounded of an emotional person, human. Okay. So, and it doesn't look anything like her. But she was like, thank you, big brother. But I will say, just for a comic, Alyssa, she shops till crime drops. What a cute idea for a comic that I would totally read. It seems very 90s. You're at the mall. She's at the mall. She's got a little shopping addiction. Who doesn't? Welcome to America. And then while she's there, she just happens to fight crime. I like it. I like it. I do like that. But this has nothing to do with Alyssa. This isn't the Alyssa I know. She's got to be crying. She has to be on her period. She has to be getting 10 seconds of, quasi joy, breaking up with someone only to raw dog later. Poetry, something with poetry, because she was always telling Kyle, I'm going to read you my poetry. And then in tonight's episode, she said, roses are red, violets are blue. Terrence is going to see the jury house, me, not you, or something. It was something we finally brought her poetry back. She really pushed that part of her soul, her art away for Kyle. Kyle, when he penetrated her, it pushed it very far back, because your creativity, women's creativity, it's in our vaginas. And so when you go in there, you can really rough up the place, and I feel like maybe it's technically our urethra. So he went in the wrong hole, which could explain a lot of the, prematureness of his finishing and just the length. It's very, very small area. I'm surprised he fit, but to each their own. Hi, Tilly. And so, yeah, it could have been so beautiful. It could have been so right. In the words of Tiffany from the 80s, it could have been. Speaking of malls, Tiffany, you could rough up the place, so her poetry got pushed to the back of her urethra Franklin. And it never was the same after that. She didn't feel as creative. I know if someone went in my urethra, I wouldn't be funny anymore. And some of you say, you're not funny now. And to you, I say, blocked. Booze Lizard. Yeah, she drinks, she twerks all the time. They could have done something with twerking, because she was always doing in the WAP video too. Like, she would get on the floor when she had a couple drinks in her, and she was like, give me a White Claw. And then she was like, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, just like thinking she was doing the thing. When you're drunk and you're like, I'm doing exactly what they're doing. You're like, but you're not. You look like you're having a seizure. Your butt is having a seizure on the ground. They're doing a dance. It looks sexy. You look like your butt is seizing and you're going to diarrhea town. Like 190. Yes. Tilly isn't scared of Alyssa. So this one, cute for just, I would start a comic like that. That would be great. Maybe because I did write a TV show about a mall. So maybe that is why I'm partial to malls. But I like this little comic. I think that's cute. Apparently this lady got one. I don't know who she is. Is this Cop Chef? Okay. She was the crooked chef, or the short crook short chef, short term. I got to find a full length picture of hers, because I don't remember. It was something about what are you, a short term cook? No, you're a short line cook. No, you're a shorty, you want to be a thug? No, you're a short. Don't want no short. Eeny, weeny, teeny, weeny, shriveled little short cook. Don't want. I think that was hers. Something like that. Short order crook instead of cook. And then there was food around it. And it was like, I don't know. I would have made it like the 40-year-old pre-juror or something. You know what I mean? That's her superpower, is being so bad at the game. She went home everyone had her well into jury. So the 40-year-old, she's like, I'm a 42-year-old woman. I'm 41. How old was she? She would always say it. So they should have incorporated something with her age, because she always said that. And then to go out so disgracefully. Ooh. All the food looks sick. Yeah. Well, Sherilyn, it's interesting that a lot of the house guests said her food was gross. I didn't say it. They said it. How rude. In the words of Stephanie Tanner, how rude. Okay. And you guys just witnessed me going through puberty. So lucky you. And then this came on my screen and I was like, oh, who is that? Who is that guy? Is that Daniel Tiger? Ride along. You'll never have those muscles. You're a silly troll. That's not even your face. They should have made him ramen noodles. He's got ramen hair. He's pathetic. I did just watch the Elvis movie, though. Did you guys like it? I liked it. I liked the Elvis movie. There were times where I was like, but Baz Luhrmann, I tend to like Baz's stuff. Me and Baz, we go way back to Romeo and Juliet, 1996. But I liked it. Put in the chat if you guys saw the Elvis movie. I really liked it. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I fell asleep during part of it. I'll be honest with you. And not because it was boring, because I'm old and I'm tired and I stay up late making Big Brother videos, but I tried. So I got to go back and watch some parts. But for the most part, I really liked it. And let me tell you, this guy should not be an Elvis impersonator. That actor that got to play Elvis, I like him. He's cute. I bet he's not icky either. This guy's icky. And even Alyssa, props to Alyssa, because she said, that's not Daniel's body. He wishes. He wishes. And now what we're learning, I mean, we already knew, but what we're learning from the house guests is just how like creepy he was, which we already knew. But how he would like make Alyssa hug him, and then the comments he made and like rating women's looks, even though he's like damn near 40. He's damn near on Social Security and he is rating people's looks. It is weird, sir. So he is old McDaniel. Okay, I like that he's old because I think that will hurt his feelings. And then his killer veggies will make you scream. Elena. E-I, no. I get it. Okay. E-I, no. Not El Nino. Not El Nino. Okay. Nope. It's not good. It's the worst one. He's too buff. His face looks too nice. It's not enough ramen hair. Where's his shitty eyeliner that runs? Where's his crybabiness? When did I ever see him eat a vegetable? He couldn't farm. That's hard work. It has to be something lame. Yeah, it's really bad. Was he vegan? No, I think just Turner. Okay. Right? He was amazing. I saw a picture of that Austin, and I didn't know much about him before when I thought he don't look like Elvis. You know, I was just being judgy. I was being Judge Joleen like I am. Okay. Just judging. And I was like, that doesn't look like Elvis. But that guy, Austin, he dates Cindy Crawford's daughter, and I like her. She was in American Horror Story last season. And she is, talk about model just like her mom. She looks so much like her. It's amazing. But anyways, they're, doing it. And I thought, well, that's a beautiful couple, but no. And then I watched, I go, that kid did so good. That little guy did so good. So hopefully he's not problematic because I liked him. Okay. Yeah, he's a troll. So they should have made him a troll because he even trolled in the house and outside of the house. I think in the house, he just was like literally a troll that lives under a bridge. He wasn't self-aware enough to know that but now he's like, I'm trolling. You guys don't get it. You're so stupid. Oh, my haters. It's like, no, we just would hope that by the age of that you're at, old McDaniel, you wouldn't be trolling. There's a certain age you have to stop trolling. It's 30. You can't do it anymore. It's a bad look. You look pathetic. It looks really sick. Thank you, Christian. In Kyle's comic, the guy on the left had a taste of him. Huh? Objection. Overruled. I want to see it. I want to see it. Okay. Yeah. Where's his Ross attire? Where's his, ill-fitting clothes? Where's more ramen noodle hair? They just made him too cool. Like farmers are cool. Farmers produce something, sustainable, something that you can eat, something, you can touch, you can, like it nourishes you. And he doesn't produce anything but bullshit. All right. Speaking of which, let's move on to whose is this one? Ooh. Oh my God. Why did he even get one? They should have put him on the Paloma list. I don't even remember this guy. And then when I do see him, I'm like, oh God, this was such a bad casting decision. Remember that little guy? Remember that little, like, don't want no short, eeny, weeny, teeny, weeny, shriveled little short, man. He is too confident. Crime's about to get boned. Ew. He looks like he wants to bone that dude. That's what it looks like. What's in the tongue? And why did they block out his eyes? The pooch. Crime's about to get boned. Why'd they block out his eyes? Why is there a circle around his face? I don't get it. I like the vampire. I like the vampire teeth just because I like vampires. But he looks like he's headed straight for that dude's ass. Crime's about to... that could be on purpose because of his love affair with Joseph. Or his crush, I should say. His crunch. But he looks like he's headed straight to that dude's butt. Which I'm all for. Okay? But I don't like Pooch. He's yucky. He's yucky. So what's with the circle? Why does he have a ring light around him? Oh, is it because I took the screenshot from the TV and they were pointing out the differences? That's probably why. Okay. Got it. All right. Because otherwise I was like, why did they do that? Stupid me. Excuse me, Allie. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he tried to bone Joseph. Okay. It was a bad casting decision, right, Joseph? It was bad casting. It was a bad casting decision. Super bad. Okay, now I understand the ring light. All right, we're moving on. This wasn't good. The Pooch? His name was literally Pooch, and you just came up with the Pooch. But they took about as much time on his comic as he deserved. I'll say that, so I feel like they do have to prioritize. They really, really do. Okay, what other one do we have? We got to get to my favorite one, which is not this one. It's not that one. This one's not my favorite. But I do like all the BB references in it. The Count of Monte Cristo, like the Count of Monte Cristo, like the sandwich, the Monte Cristo sandwich. Those are always really heart attack sandwiches, but delicious, So Monty, just because maybe he questioned if there were twists this season. So they were like, here you go. You're boring. So we got America's player, obviously. We got Team America. We got the BB hacker. Oh, that was a bad twist. We got the coach twist with Dan, who looks like he's been hitting the CrossFit, and Britney. Eric was America's player in BB8, BB hacker in BB20, and Team America in BB16. Got the reset, Pandora's box. No fists, just all twists. It's cute. It's cute. It doesn't really have much relevance to Monty, but it's cute. And the temptation. They got the tree too with the temptation. The den of temptation, the BB19. So I like how they tied things together. Okay. So I do like that. Is that the diamond power of Veto around his neck? Is it? Okay. I feel like it's got a lot. It's got a lot of stuff going on that's Big Brother related, at least. All right. Okay. All right. We'll see. I don't get it. Yeah, there was no twist, but maybe because he was talking about twists that still nothing to do with Monty. But he definitely deserves more abs and muscles than he got, because Old McDaniel, I just like that name, but I don't like that he's like a farmer. Old McDaniel got all the muscles and he had like none. Okay. Sherilyn says on Twitter timeline, people said Monty's so boring that they had to bring in references of past players to give interest. Wow. Monty. Well, that's because he's only always talking about Taylor. So yeah, I'll give it to him. Okay. Yep. Got it. Thank you. Busy Blues. Number 2 fan. We still don't have a Jolene's number 2 fan. Or number 1. And who's Busy Blues' number 1 fan? Is it Taylor Bay? I don't know. It's forever going to be a mystery, an unsolved mystery. Okay. And then my favorite one, obvious, this one. Oh my God. Rep Kyle. This was my favorite. Crime's about to suffer reptile dysfunction, because it's about his penis. And it looks like the tail is coming straight out of his bunghole. And then the tongue is, it's jizzing. What's wrong, Tilly? Come here. It's jizzing. Do you see that? It's ejaculating. The tongue is. It's correlated to his quick draw, his quick splooge. Rep Kyle. Crime's about to suffer erectile dysfunction. And also because to please the ladies, he'll have to use his tongue because it's not going to work with the stick. Because the disco stick is no one goes to a disco for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Come on, guys. You mean no one wants to be at the disco too long, but you want to be there enough to like have some fun, have a drink, dance, maybe drop some ecstasy, whatever you do at discos. I don't know. All right. But yeah, his disco stick doesn't last that long. So he's going to have to bring the tongue in. So that makes sense. I like that. So it's definitely playing on this whole, because that's what Kyle really brought to the table. It was this 10 seconds. They wouldn't shut up about it. It's not even that like we wanted to talk about it. They wouldn't stop talking about it. So it's not our fault. It's not my fault that his wiener is a little brokey. So the tongue, and then the tongue is failing. Oh, it hit that guy in the face, and that guy's like, what happened? Just like Alyssa after sex. She's like, was that sex? Because there were a couple times where I could have sworn she said, was that sex? And he was like, that was the best sex of my life. And she said, okay, I love you, because I have very, very low standards. Very low standards, allegedly. But Crime's about to suffer erectile dysfunction. And that guy, the poor guy next to him, he had to experience it, which is all of us watching. So it's a metaphor, it's metaphoric. It's beautiful. That guy going like this, that's us. We had to see it. The guy getting hit in the face, that's Alyssa. Okay. That's what it was like. It was, and you blink and it's over. It's over. You close your eyes. You're like, but I didn't feel anything. And then he says, that means it was good. Okay. That means it was good. And it's like, no, this ain't the dentist, bro. This is sex. When I'm at the dentist, I don't want to feel anything. I don't want it to be over in a blink. But for intercourses, I want to remember it, Oh my gosh. Is there a 10-second on it somewhere? I thought someone said that they put the time on it. They did a time warp. Okay, is this the same one? Okay. Yeah, Rep Kyle. But that tail is, those butt cheeks are very pronounced. And then the tail is coming directly out of the booty. Okay. Yeah, I like it though. I like it. I like what it's got to offer. It's gross, just like Kyle. I like it. Yeah. Alyssa be like, it worked for me. Yeah, that's what she said. Because when they were talking about this comic, she's like, worked fine for me, but did it? But she could be one of those, there are some women who, it depends on, your experience before, and sometimes you just want it done. And I can't explain it, but you'll know when you meet the one you want it done with. And then you'll know when you meet the one you want it to last a little bit longer with. You'll know. And sometimes you can confuse yourself into loving the one you want it done with. Okay? Yeah. Is it $10? It's number one. $2.99. They should have made it like 10 cents. That would have been clever, right? No, there's just never enough dick jokes for this. It's just never. It's just never. It is very round. I don't remember his butt being that round. Okay. The casuals won't get it. They won't. But unless they, have someone in their life who has done this joke, all right, and told them about it. Just this part. I don't think. Now, the only reason Chell knows about it is because I couldn't not tell him that there was 10-second sex happening on the feeds. It's just too much, So, all right. So is that everybody's? Is that all of them? Did I share all of it? I think I did. I think that's that. So, not the worst. Not as bad as the Zing. Not as bad as Zingbot, I will say. Now, I am going to do a little video where I rate Zingbot since the beginning of the Zing, which was 2012. Or no, what was it? Season 12 was when Zingbot first appeared. So let me know if you're interested in that in the comments, and I will make that video. I'm going to highlight some of the best Zings, and then maybe if you guys like that video, I'll do some of the worst Zings, and we'll have a little fun with that, and I'll do that in a separate, shorter, edited video. But other than that, this episode, Michael, he won BB Comics. He finished in 9 minutes. He is a robot. He did it. He did the damn thing. Taylor, I think she finished in 12. And I heard that both of those are records within BB Comics. So that's really interesting. And also crazy that, you know, from what we know on the feeds, there's a chance that Michael won't be targeted in the double, which is crazy because, I mean, he's killing it. Okay. He is definitely killing it. Hi, Tilly. What's wrong? As far as the comics went, I did like how slow Monty went. I definitely want to do something with that in a video, and how much Britney fell, and this, her in this distrustful hat that she always wears. All right. So she's not able to change Michael's mind after he wins BB Comics. And Terrence got like 57 minutes. It took Terrence 2 days to finish that competition, if you guys didn't know. So be afraid of Terror Bear. He is a big player in this game. He's still doing this competition. If you guys didn't know, he's still out there trying to figure it out because he's wasting all of his time hating on Taylor, Okay, so then Britney afterwards, she's like, now's a good time to talk to Turner. Hey, Turner, guess what? I don't think I can beat Michael. So she's doing this thing when really we know that Britney most likely will take Michael to final 2 because she's okay with second place, or at least that's what she's led us to believe, even though she's doing the most on the feeds and she is blowing up her own spot. It's just her anxiety. She said tonight on the feeds, my anxiety gets the best of me. Yeah, it's definitely getting the best of you because she's putting a huge target on her back to where now I think she's going to be targeted. Now, Michael's getting annoyed with her, but I don't think it's to the point where he's actually going to turn on her or want her gone, because it's still best to sit next to her at this point. But she's made herself a target for other people in the house where she was doing somewhat okay before she just started, going off the deep end. So here she's talking to Turner, and then Turner Burner takes this information and goes up to Michael. He's like, hey, I don't like to say this. I mean, I do really enjoy it, but I don't like to say this. But your friend Britney is throwing you under the bus. Okay. And she wants you gone. And she's making final 2s with me and stuff. So I don't know. Do with it what you will. And Michael's like, why would she do that? That's crazy. But Michael understands that Britney, she's a messy player and he doesn't love it at all. But also, he's definitely going to win sitting next to her. I think at this point, most people will. And Tilly, come here. Come here. Come here. Sorry, she's just like, what's the matter? Come over here. She's like, I want some attention. All right. So Michael's just like, all right, I know she does that and I don't love it. It's not always best for her game and definitely not best for my game all the time. But overall, I do think she is loyal to Michael and Michael only, as much as she's trying to play this like I would throw Michael out. I'm sure she would be thankful for someone else taking him out, but she's never going to do it. Come here, Tilly. Come here. Let me get producer Tilly. What are you doing? Oh, no, we're cutting the cord. Come here, baby. Hi. Hi. You want to end the little video with me, you sweet girl? Or you need some attention? It's okay. I understand. I'm an attention whore, too. Okay. So Turner goes and rats her out. And then we get the, I'm not going to use the POV. I'm going to keep the nominations the same. And Terrence is like, how dare you? I'm the mastermind of the season. I'm not hugging anyone. Wait, I'll definitely hug Alyssa. And Britney is like, oh, this is fun. I'm wearing sunglasses. And Michael wore his jammy pants. It was a very like Austin BB-17 look that he was giving us. I feel like maybe, I think these were these the jammy pants? Or maybe it was the POV pics was the jammy outfit. But I was like, oh, Michael, so cash. You're winning so much. Yeah, this is so cash. I mean, I'm fine with it because, you're winning everything, bro. But very cash, very casual for him. Alyssa, again, I better start crying. Things are uncomfortable. And then Terrence and Alyssa, They embraced. They went nipple to nipple. They said, I love you. No, I love you more. No, I love you more. I love you the mostest. And no, they didn't say that, but Terrence is like, ooh, you want to take me out? I'm going to start my game in jury. Okay. I'm finally playing my own game. That's Alyssa is so proud of herself. She's finally playing her own game. She's going to stay. She thinks. She blows kisses to all her haters. Roses are red, violets are blue. Terrence, I have a poem for you. The only one going to jury on Thursday is you. Well, that's not true because it's a double, baby. Tomorrow night, we got ourselves a double evictor. Okay, double eviction going on. And we'll see what happens because now what has happened is these same guys. So we got Turner, right? Tilly? Come here, Tilly. It's okay. We got Turner and Monty who were terrified. They're like, we got to get Michael out. We got to get him out in the double. Got to get him out. He can't win HOH this week. Let's get him out. And then they go, wait a minute. Britney just told us, spoiler alert, Britney just told us that the girls have had talks. So the girls were having talks about aligning together. The last 3 girls in the game doing some work together. And then Britney was like, hi guys. I know people say I'm scare them. I'm sorry. I was hiding behind this door for an hour. Just want you to know that Taylor and Alyssa came to me and they talked about aligning the girls. And I know how scared you guys are of the uteri. That's plural for more than one uterus. And they're coming together. Okay. And we're all on the same birth control and our cycles are starting and syncing up and we're going to take over the world. So rather than get rid of the biggest threat in the game, who's won the most competitions, who can win his way to the end, technically, Michael, they're like, let's go after the 3 women because they talked about possibly helping each other out in the game, even though the dudes are helping themselves out in the game. So they made a final 3 with Michael. I'm like, oh my God, now you idiots are playing for 2nd and 3rd place. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. They could have easily went to the women, talked to them, and like, we all got to get Michael out. We realize that, right? We got to get him out. But instead, they're like, let's align with the best, comp beast in the house. Let's do that. Let's see what's up. All right. So most likely tomorrow, Terrence will be going Rose. Terrence, bye. Don't want to be a fool for you. You were a fool in this game for 2. Terrence also is threatening a speech, quite the speech tomorrow, you guys. Tear Bear says he's going to call people out. He was talking about Taylor and basically that she's like a fake. Okay. Trying to think exactly what he was saying. They were having like a little get together in like the main bedroom. We're getting together for some kind of party. And he was like, oh, like a fake party or a traitor party or some kind of thing where I was like, excuse me, sir. You never wanted to work with her. You wanted to work with everybody else except for her. So I don't know what you're talking about. You've said the rudest things about her. She doesn't owe you anything at this point. So he says he's going to basically call out Taylor as like a sellout. Okay. Because somehow it's Taylor's fault that he's in this situation. It's pretty ridiculous. Let me see if I can find the screenshot I took of that. But I was like, oh no, if you do, I'm gonna be so mad. All right, here we go. Him on the feeds. So this is, let's see, Terrence to Monty. I'm a sellout party. My speech tomorrow is gonna be. So Taylor walks by and she says, oh, we're having a party in the, okay, let's see.
The downstairs party. Downstairs party? Mm-hmm. Are we in the front room? Front room party. Come to the front room party. She tells Monty's cooking. Monty's like, oh, front room party. Then she walks by Terrence and says, front room party. What? Front room party. Oh, front room party. She says, front room party. Terrence is walking by. She walks to the front room, the front bedroom. Terrence walks towards Monty.
I'm a sellout party? You know my speech tomorrow is going to be brutal. Oh, shit.
He called Taylor a sellout. Bro. How does this guy even have a driver's license? He is blind. So blind. You're like, I'm a sellout party? Bro. This dude. Oh my God. If you hadn't been trying to be besties for the resties with Alyssa and Kyle the whole game and working against Taylor and saying disparaging shit about her for no reason other than, I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. Did someone beautiful hurt you once upon a time? Are you mad because you can't get with someone like Taylor? What is it you don't like about Taylor? I know. I can't with Terrence either. He's so ridiculous. He acts like a little bitch, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. It makes no sense. There's been times she's come to him very vulnerable, like when she thought what Joseph had told her about him was a lie when really it was the truth. And he let her believe that. And then he said, oh, I've never worked against you in the game, which is fine. You can lie in Big Brother. But then to somehow knowing that you know the truth in your head, that you've never worked for this woman and the stuff you said about her behind your back. Remember to Jasmine, you were like, oh, she's not a sister. She's not a sister. She's just whatever. You slut shamed her. I mean, you've just been awful to her. And now she owes you something and now she's a sellout? How is she a sellout? Exactly. Who is he? Who even is he? Where did you find him, Big Brother? Exactly. Who is he? Who even is he? It is just at this point, it is so offensive. This dude's mere existence in the house now is offensive because he's so blind to everything that's right in front of him. He's gross. He's gross. He just, well, we've heard the way he talks about women, so. And he seems to only like women who cry a lot and act helpless like Alyssa, but now he's turning on her because he's on the block against her. And now he's like, she's fake. She can throw the tears on. What did Terrence yesterday on the feeds? He told Taylor about Alyssa, that Alyssa is two-faced and fake and can turn the tears on like a faucet, that emotional shit. And he wants her to understand who the fuck Alyssa really is. So, and that he still has so much anger. What happened at Dire Fest? What do you mean what happened at Dire Fest? You were in charge of Dire Fest. You held all the power. You were the HOH and the POV winner. But it still happened to you? Yes, R.I.P. Nikki Graham, forever a legend, a BB legend. But he acts as though it happened to him. You were in charge, sir. You were in charge. Something, because this dude is yuck, yuck. Yuck, yuck. That's the same. And I feel like Monty's the same way. Monty has had this hard on for Taylor. Even though they've had conversations, even though he's apologized, there's still been suspect things he's been saying. And I feel like he's never going to get over this thing where Paloma told him that Taylor said Monty reminded her of an ex that she had and not in a good way. So he feels rejected. It's this thing where we have to teach men rejection, really, from women. Because that's why we got all these murder documentaries. The ego is too fragile, you know. And of course, not all men. Hashtag not all men. But, I mean, there's, you know, you always hear about it. You're like, and then he went back and he killed her. And you're like, why? Why? Well, she rejected him. Huh? You know, you just saw that dude on the news that was at the ex-girlfriend's house trying to bang down the door. And then the dad got the automatic out and then popped him. He was breaking down the door, stalking her. It's like this rejection. It's like women. We get from the day we're born, I feel like rejection. You know, we're invited to the misogyny party and the patriarchy, and we have to accept all this. But there's a lot of things I think that a lot of men don't even realize that they're not used to. Like, it's okay. Someone can say no to you and someone can not be into you. and you don't have to slut shame them, name call them, or murder them. I know it's a very intense thought there. What a novel idea. You mean I can just take the L? I can just take the rejection and move on with my life? No, I must ruin her reputation. I must hurt her. There are things that happen like that. Yeah. That was crazy. I watched that video. That guy was like a whole cycle, like trying to break in the house. And they were like, get out of our house. And it was the daughter's ex-boyfriend who was stalking her. I know, it's crazy. You can just say, oh, you're not interested in me? You don't like me? You have a different opinion about me? I'm just going to move on with my life. You can do that. And I feel like Terrence, Monty, Poochie, Daniel Tiger, I don't think they got the memo on that one. Or it's even like sometimes preventative where their ego is so fragile that they're even afraid of being turned down. So they're just going to, for a defense mechanism, be dickheads. I mean, Pomegranate said there's still a lot of men who can't look at a beautiful woman as a friend, as an equal, independent. Doesn't want to jump you, then she's a bitch. Yeah, then you're a bitch. I mean, you still walk down the street, women are being told to smile. What should I smile about? What is there right now to smile about being a woman in America? Tell me. It's not my job to smile at you. It is not my job. Oh my gosh, so that's the truth. Gerald, that's the truth. The truth and the truth. His hate for her happened when she said no to him when he asked if they should pick up others. Exactly, Terry. Isn't that insane? Terrence was outside with Nicole. And he was like, it's these little things. And if you pick up on these things, if you're a man out there and you're like, do I do that? There's shit I got to do. I got to check my white privilege. There's tons of stuff I got to do. Like, do I do that shit? Do I do that? Do I try to police the world? Huh? If I've ever policed my neighborhood, there's just things that you should pick up on. So just think like, how do I take rejection? Because listen, I've been rejected a bunch. I mean, I think that's just part of the human experience is rejection. So I think we teach that very young in like young boys that it's okay. And not everyone's going to be interested. Not everything's you're not going to be for everybody and you're not supposed to be. Because if you're for everybody, you're really for nobody. And just learn how to take a loss. Okay. Oh my gosh, not a witch. I'm 46 and unmarried. I'm a witch, right? There's something wrong with you. There's still a whole like sector of YouTube of like this drama hate sector of YouTube where women drag other women for not being married. It is insane. Where I'm like, when did that become a flex? That you're like, oh, you're not married? I am. The divorce rate's over 50%. Many people stay married despite being miserable. A lot of these women. And they still want to hate on women who are unmarried or not in a relationship as if somehow that defines you as a person. It's insane. You will have people who will be in the shittiest marriage you've ever seen in your life, and they'll be like, well, at least I'm married. Ew, evolve. That is so gross. MILF Man says, if a woman rejects me, it's no big deal. It's like spilled milk. You spill some, you just get over, or you just go get another one. If I get rejected, I just move on. Like it never happened to many women out there to get upset. There's too many women out there. There's too many people. Yes, there's too many people. Vicky says, I would love to see an all-women's alliance last the game one season. Unfortunately, the pettiness always seems to take them down because, again, we saw this early on. We knew it was never going to work because the minute Paloma and Alyssa walked into that house and became pumpkin spice latte and were backstage together and became best friends, what did they do? They talked about Taylor and the fear that she was going to use the men and she was going to use her sex appeal and she was going to be the flirty one. The guys are going to be interested in her and that was going to be them. And so then you're like, this is what we're still doing. We're still doing this. We're still fighting over dudes. And just like Milfman said, there's a lot of dudes and a lot of women out there. The terrible guy in Bridgerton who was obsessed with Daphne, that's Monty. Joseph is the Duke for Taylor. I only watched a couple episodes of Bridgerton. I have not gotten into Bridgerton yet. I know I'm a horrible person because everyone speaks so highly of that show, but I'm too busy watching all of this, and scary shit. So if Bridgerton was a little scarier, then I would, but I intend to watch it because I heard it's very good. I saw that video of the XBF today. What a shame. His sister was still trying to defend him. That's creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy. But they're pumpkin spice. PSL could have been the first women's alliance. Why is it in 24 seasons we have never seen an all-girl alliance? I have never understood it as a guy, because you have to believe and you have to understand the conditioning that women go through from the time we are young. We are conditioned to be competitive with one another. It is a way to separate us, we rise up and we gain power, but divided we fall. United we stand strong, divided we fall. And that's kind of been the thing within women. I mean, they make us competitive, for men, look wise. I mean, there's so many things where little boys, if you look at activities little boys are into, sports that little boys are encouraged more so than little girls. I mean, things have progressed and stuff. It's about teamwork. It's things like that, where little girls, if you look at media, you look at, advertising, you look at a bunch of things, and it's a lot about competition. Who's the prettiest? Who's the best? Who gets the prince at the end of the movie? I mean, every Disney movie is basically a fight between, he's with the wrong woman, she's the right woman. You go back to Cinderella, she's fighting with them two ugly stepsisters over one basic dude because he's got a castle. You see this happen time and time again, women competing with each other for men, for looks, for notoriety. We don't have a Mr. USA, right? We don't have really a ton of pageants for men. I'm sure they're out there, but we definitely have that in our society for women. Who's the most beautiful? Who's that? There's just not a lot of encouragement for women to work together growing up. So we don't really see that. And instead, we are, whether unconsciously or consciously, kind of sold this bill of goods and this tale that we should be intimidated or fearful of any woman that shows up and might be perceived as conventionally more beautiful than us or better than us. And rather than taking notes and, when you see someone and you covet something about them, rather than learning about that or friending them in order to get a little bit of their greatness, it's then taught to gossip and cut them down more so than it is to men and young boys. So unfortunately, that's the reason. I mean, that's always been the reason. That's just how society is set up. I will say a big part of that is because it's, I don't want to say this too much because then people turn the channel, turn the YouTube, but it's the patriarchy. Really, if the matriarchy and we did encourage women to work together, women would be damn powerful. And that still, as we see in these games, is very scary for a lot of men because they're not used to that. And that goes against what all this bullshit was founded on and what we have been forced to believe for so long. I mean, that, you just look at history itself and how long it took for women to actually get voting rights and women. I mean, my grandma couldn't even get a house by herself and she had a full-time job her whole life without being married and having a dude sign on for it. Same as a car. And that's not too many generations away from where we are right now. So women's rights haven't really been that great. I mean, aren't they still... Do we ever get the ERA, Pat? I don't know. We're a little behind. So I think that is that's the fact. That's the facts of life. Minus Mrs. Garrett, that is, you take the good, you take the bad. And when you grow up, as a woman, that's how it is. And that's why it's important to kind of, if you do have young girls and young boys, and you're raising kids, or like me as an auntie, I definitely want to, do what I can as an auntie to instill that, my niece find empowerment with working with other young girls and supporting other young girls rather than falling into traps of gossip and comparison and jealousy, and my nephew to understand rejection and respect, and things like that. So I don't know. It's something that we have to really, but a lot of people won't admit that. They're like, that's not true. Women are just catty bitches and men are great. And we can just punch each other in the face and have a beer and then have a circle jerk and we're all friends again. So I don't know.
So that is why. Hopefully that made sense. But unfortunately, I think things will they change. It's just it takes a long time. It's taken a long time. Yeah, Tamar, good example, Sherilyn. Tamar and Candy used that in Celebrity Big Brother to win. They started in a place where they weren't great, and then they used their power and support of one another, even though they weren't in the best place, and that they wanted to lift each other up, and they won the game. If that's what you're talking about. So there you go. All right, you guys. Well, this was fun. And tomorrow we get 2 hours. And hopefully Big Brother's not going to F it up. We know they probably will. But we have had a lot happening on the feeds and with Britney and stuff. So we'll see how this 2-hour double eviction plays out. I think there's a good possibility, just based on the history of wins, that Turner could pull out another HOH. There's also a possibility that Taylor could pull out her second HOH. I mean, really, at this point, it's anyone but Alyssa's game, because I don't see Alyssa winning anything. But that's how it is. 3 likes to 250. Says, what's with Grodner hating on strong women? She might not even know. I mean, that's the thing. You don't know until you you have to be kind of like somewhat self-aware to go, do I do that? I mean, there's been so many times in my life where I've had to stop myself from being like a jealous hater of another woman. And as I got older, it got easier, because, you're just more cognizant of it. And you're like, no, I want to like rise up with women. I want to encourage women. I want to be the reason, just like within stand-up, like I wanted to be the reason women stayed in comedy or started comedy, or I wanted to be like someone supporting other women, which is, why I co-produce an all women comedy show and have for years, because it's really a way to somewhat empower, myself and other female comedians. So yeah, we'll get a jury segment tomorrow. Yes. So we'll see. You rock. Sherilyn says, it's what I was saying. They squashed their past beef with each other and let others think it was still a thing to take each other out. And yes, they did. So people just assume that 2 women could never squash this kind of beef, and they would just be hating on each other. But in the end, they did it. Has Monty won a He did. Yeah, he did. So thank you. Someone did on Twitter, they did before I just wrap up here, I think it was, what is her name? Hopefully I screenshotted it. A chart of all the wins. Okay, that's not it. And who's won what week, and just to see, like, show how many wins Michael's had. There's basically been only like 2 weeks where Michael didn't have some kind of power. Let me just share this with you guys real quick, and then I'll get out of here. Okay. So this is, I want to give credit to the person that created this. This is Natalie at Dirty Little. Oh no, it cut off her. Cut off her Twitter handle. Oh no. Dirty Little Thing, Dirty Little Thought, Dirty Little Trinket, Dirty Little something. Natalie. Okay. Just search. It's very well liked under the hashtag BB24. A visual representation of all the comp winners. Actually, let me look it up real quick so I can tell you, because then you should definitely go follow someone who took the time to create this. Let me see. So at Dirty. Oh, there she is, at Dirty Little Thought. So at Dirty Little THOT Thought. All right. So thank you to at Dirty Little Thought for creating this. A visual representation of all the comp winners. The amount of times you see Michael is actually insane. Week 1, Daniel Tiger HOH, Michael POV. Week 2, Jasmine HOH, Michael POV. Week 3, you have Turner HOH, Michael and Britney POV. Week 4, Monty HOH, Daniel Tiger and Kyle Veto. Week 5, Michael HOH, Michael Veto. Week 6, Taylor HOH and Kyle Veto. Week 7, Michael HOH and Britney Veto. And then also the backyard, the second place winner, Tear Bear. Week 8, Turner HOH, Michael Veto. Week 9, Michael HOH, Michael Veto. As we saw tonight, Michael broke Janelle's record for wins in season 7. So consecutive POV wins, I believe. So, I mean, this is crazy. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. This is the Twitter handle of the person who created this. If you want to give them a follow, because this is just looking at this, I was like, before I thought, wow, Michael's won a lot. But then I look at this and it's literally been week 1, he's a winner. Week 2, he's a winner. Week 3, he's a winner. Week 5, he's a winner. Week 7, he's a winner. Week 8, he's a winner. Week 9, he's a winner. So out of 9 weeks, he has won something in 7 of those 9 weeks. And sometimes he was both the HOH and the Power of Veto winner. I mean, that's crazy. And exactly, just like a man to steal a woman's record, right? Just he's tied Janelle for overall wins, but he broke the veto record. So now we're going to look at Thursday. He can't win. Tomorrow he can't win HOH, but he can win veto. And if he wins that, he will take the title for overall wins of any season. So that's crazy. Yes, and 2, he threw, because he definitely could have won week 7's veto when they were in Brochella. And then which other one did he throw? Did he throw? I forget which other one he said he threw. But yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. He's a robot. There's a robot. Well, if there's a ball competition, Monty said, just give me the ball, give me the rock, give me a ball. And then he lost on the feeds, a ball competition to Michael and Taylor. So I don't know if Monty. Oh, yes, he threw to Jasmine, but he did say in the episode, he was like, she's going to earn it. But yeah. Okay. The week 2 HOH. All right. Thank you guys. I forgot. He's just won so much. I forget. So, they want him out bad. They want him out bad, but they do, but they don't, because he now has a final 3 with Turner and Monty. And if they win HOH, are they not going to, and Michael doesn't win veto, are they not going to take the shot to backdoor him? Pretty crazy. All right, you guys have been fantastic and wonderful. Thank you for all of your kind comments. Thank you for all of your thoughtful responses and insight. I appreciate you. This was so fun. Don't forget to smash that like, smash that subscribe. Follow me on my social media at Joleen Lunzer on Facebook. Well, I do have my Facebook comedy, so it's Joleen Lunzer Comedy, or at Joleen Lunzer on Instagram, Twitter, and the TikTok. And on Instagram and TikTok, I post a lot of my stand-up and comedy and clips. And then on my Twitter, I talk mostly about Big Brother and other television shows. So follow me over there. Shout out to all my patrons on Patreon. Shout out to all the Lean team members on YouTube who have my membership. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back tomorrow night after the 2-hour. I'll probably try to watch the episode in an earlier time zone, because I don't want to go live too late, even though I'm trying to do this conserving energy, first world problems, here in California. But I'll probably watch the episode either in Eastern or Mountain. So I'll be just on the cusp of going live, hopefully as it ends, when we're supposed to just sit in the dark and count our eyelashes. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing during that time, but thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.